Hey, I'm Charlie, and I have one half of a brain cell. One time I smoked cat hair and ate 2-foot-long meatball subs, but I'm bulimic, so I just threw them back up. Also, I have no deep. I am in fact a lady.
Hi, I'm Jarvis and I'm a geek. I tuck my shirt into my underwear like John Arbuckle. I love Garfield, especially the Bill Murray Garfield movies, both of them. But I don't like lasagna, only Smarties cause they make me smart.
Going to see all my friends, gonna be going until the end, probably starting a list of trends. My nerd is bigger than your nerd. My nerd's bigger than your nerd. I know I came up with a show. My nerd is bigger than your nerd. Hopefully you'll never know.
My nerd is definitely bigger. I can't really judge myself. Then all the ladies agree that I am nerd top shelf.
Mixing down with bleeding eyes, my ears have turned to dirt.
That's the way it always goes with Thanos and Star Shirt. My nerd is bigger than your nerd. I know I saw the vids. My nerd is bigger than your nerd. Just ask all the chicks. My nerd is bigger than your nerd. I don't really know I nerd. My nerd is bigger than your nerd. Whenever I nerd touch nerds. Hey man, I thought you were gonna cut that part out.
I forgot, sorry.
You gonna cut it, right?
Yeah.
My nerd is bigger than your nerd. I don't really know I've heard. My nerd is bigger than your nerd. My nerd is bigger than your nerd. Oh yeah.
So, your favorite car is pink, eh?
You got a problem with that?
No, I like pink things.
Come on, man.
What? You like pink?
Yeah, but in a different way, I think.
And I like tuna.
Anyway, my car is way cooler than your born car.
I'll admit, my car is a little dull, a little golden foxy, if you will. But in my old age, I need something like a minivan.
Think your nerd is bigger just because the graphics and sound is better?
No, I think my nerd is bigger because of the bathroom cam. You really should deactivate that when you have company.
The hot water was out. Really cold. Stay tuned, ladies. My hot water heater is fixed now.
So, I actually like both of these games.
I play them both. Wipeout's alright.
You want to just show each game equally then?
Sounds good.
Me first or you?
I'm going first with the original. You can have the baby sister segments.
You got it, Pink Stingray.
It's Fire Stingray.
Whatever.
First off, I gotta talk about these dope, groundbreaking graphics that simulated speed in a way never seen before up to that point, without blast processing. You can feel the steps as you get a turbo boost and zoom by another car. Literally everyone was amazed about how this game looked and felt when it came out. There's no split screen 2-player mode, so if that's a deal breaker, you'll have to stick to the F-Zero, N64, and GameCube sequels. Nah, I rarely ever use the shoulder buttons for fast steering. That just slows me down and I wanna win.
Wipeout XL is hovercraft racing like F-Zero, but its physics are a little more realistic. In the original Wipeout, the wall hit detection was hella off. Much wider tracks and the ability to scrape the walls is better than grinding and barreling to a halt. It really is a whole new engine.
They definitely fixed that between Wipeout and Wipeout XL.
I've heard some British reviewers stating that 2097 XL is just a Wipeout reskin, but that's not true. Those guys have cataracts.
The music in F-Zero is still some of the catchiest ever composed. The beats, the slamming rock, or smooth jazz. Doesn't matter which.
Hey man, this music's kind of poofy.
Each song brilliantly represents the track you're on. Just listen to this snippet and tell me you aren't taken back in time. soundtrack and listen to it regularly. In the buff.
As my teammate mentioned, you don't really need the fast steer option in F-Zero, and you can play Wipeout XL without fast steering, but that's pretty expert. It does slow you down a little, but it also creates a real pilot feel. Nose up, nose down. I've stuck with this game for a long time. Pretty sure these guys did Colony Wars and Destruction Derby 1 and 2 as well, but if not, they're at least the same company up to the same A++ standards for the era.
Destruction Derby!
Colony Wars.
Twisted metal.
In F-Zero, the tracks make picking the right car very important for novice players, and can many times decide if you even finish the race without getting blown up. Once you've mastered the game and all its cars, like yours truly, the car choice isn't as important. I mean, just look at me right here. And here. Whoa. Don't look at that, don't look at that. Okay, that's Charlie Pan right there. As far as cars go, you get 4 to choose from. You have the Golden Fox. It's the fastest acceleration, which is good for newcomers. Then there's the Blue Falcon, the most balanced car. The Wild Goose, which in my opinion handles the worst due to ridiculous drifting, loose turning, stupid name, and last but not least, my favorite is the Fire Stingray. The sweetest paint job and the fastest top speed. Charlie made me say that part.
Sorry, man. Wipeout XL only has 4 cars, and the wrong choice in F-Zero can, like, make or break you.
Yeah, so aboard the Wild Goose Egg. Charlie made me say that too.
I know it's hard to compare these games despite them both being in the same genre, but Wipeout XL for me invokes a euphoric trance. Unfortunately, I'm never able to capture the brilliance and adequate frame rate, so make sure you try it for yourself. Really hypnotic graphics and music.
Actually, man, Wipeout XL music is kind of poofy.
Alright, well, I just happen to have a complaint letter here addressed to Prodigy, Future Sound of London, Chemical Brothers, My Buddy, Cold Storage, Fluke, your favorite modern composers, Daft Punk, and more.
Sign it right now.
Sorry, it's our show, so we're playing our music. But like F-Zero, the soundtrack got its own CD with extended, alternate, and original versions. It's gigantic. Pick it up. Also, Cold Storage said keep up the good work when I did a remix of his Body in Motion song, one of 2 he did for the soundtrack as one of the resident sound guys from Psygnosis' heyday. Psygnosis? YouTube's got me all messed up on how to pronounce that.
When I got the game as a wee lad in 91,
Ah, yes, I remember 1791. I was a wee lass, drinking Guinness and eating shepherd's pie.
Lass?
in 1991, the game manual included a cool comic book that had a surprisingly deep story and gave you more background on the characters. I just happen to have mine still, so na. There isn't a lot to say about a perfect game. I'm not going to overhype like my geeky co-host. My footage speaks for itself.
I'm not a geek, I'm a nerd. Have I mentioned the track design on 2097? It's really memorable, but quite difficult. Even on easy levels, it's hard for players to go from F-Zero to Wipeout XL. The secret levels are hardcore. I won't show you those here, but I do have a Prodigy G-Force and Underworld Tyndare matchup with extra voxel footage here on YouTube if you're still hungry. They also made a clone N64 version called Wipeout 64, but its level design harkens back to original Wipeout, and the soundtrack was limited due to N64 cart capacity. Also, the controls just weren't as precise.
F-Zero's track designs are ingenious. They are what Super Mario World is to side scrolls. Each board demands you know your car, and it's so much fun when you discover tricks and ways to cut corners on your opponents. I've never felt the need to play other future console versions of F-Zero. I played Wipeout, but if I'm going to play PlayStation, it's going to be Twisted Metal. When it comes to hovercraft racing, I'm happy right here.
What about Wave Race and Jet Moto?
Those just are not the same. Maybe Wave Race.
Alright!
I don't hate the F-Zero sequels on N64 and GameCube. They're gorgeous, but they're f***ing hard, man. I've heard people say Wipeout is harder, but I can barely place in the top 10. They are gorgeous games though, and the Wipeout series does offer solid action throughout, but this one was the smoothest for me. I only recommend 2 cars in Voxel. Aracom is my fave, and the only one I used for this vid. I used Quirex in my Prodigy GeForce Underworld Tinder matchup video, also available on YouTube.
Quit plugging your videos, you egotistical prick.
This has been a super short but super informative video.
2 games with the same topic, just different errors.
And we are both bomb at them. Really smooth.
F-Zero's better.
You shut your mouth.
Hypocrite. Mr. CGI movies give me hives.
That's it! You don't mind slapping.
Yeah, I'm good. I can do it.
Pretend like I am, pretend I'm the white man.
My fist got ball.
Hey man, this music's kind of poofy. Enough spooch humor. I have to actually record myself going like and stuff like that for this voice, you know. Here, I just happen to have a complaint letter addressed to Prodigy, Future Sound of London, Chemical Brothers, my buddy. Sorry,
British.
my buddy.
British grunge band.
You ever eaten shepherd's pie? It's delicious. It's a little beef, carrots, green peas, and it's got a toasted mashed potato top. Toasted mashed potato. Crunching.
Nice.
It's like a beef stew smothered in mashed potato.
Nice.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.